Hello. It's Wednesday, and that means it's my last day working on the game this week, I think, because we have some nice weather coming up. And I've been feeling a little bit anxious about it since last night. I'm not quite sure that it's totally stable and bug-free and as balanced as I would like it to be, so I'm going to use today for a final playtest and hopefully reassure myself that it's okay, or find out whatever's wrong with it and fix it. Now, I did make those changes to the wolves last night in an attempt, because it is a way that I can reduce the amount of animals that they'll hunt, which is going to help the animal populations sustain, or help sustain the animal populations. But I'm just not sure I feel right about it. I don't think that's how I want it to work, to be honest with you. I think I want them to hunt in different sized groups. It's probably research based as well. It's probably realistic, so to speak. That's probably how wolves actually work, although sometimes they would hunt in the entire, as an entire pack. So they would be leaving the den undefended. Sometimes. I'm just not sure that I like this idea of them always hunting together, like all of them together. Maybe it's okay. I haven't really truly played the game since making that change, so I think I should at least do that to help make up my mind. So, here we go. Got the resurrection shrine right there, that's nice. Oh, fuck. That is not what you want to see. Oh wow, luckily the hunters scared them away. I didn't have any guards or shaman yet. That is lucky. We have a portal stone right there, so we got resurrection and a portal stone right on our doorstep here. That's really, really nice. Let's get 2 groups of worshippers and start unlocking those right away. does mean that I'm not accumulating any power right now, but we have three ungifted humans left. I actually did the math on that. 3 hunters. What? I can't remember what the threat level of a bear actually is. I think it might be 3. I'm just going to check that. Three. Okay. Okay. So, I am actually going to do a 3 hunter build instead of a 5 hunter build. The 3 hunters is the equivalent of 9 wolves in threat level. And it's also the equivalent of a bear in threat level, so that's kind of cool. Which means, as long as they're all together like this, they're doing a terrible job of hunting right now. You're not going to find any deer in the ocean, guys. Come on. Get it together down there. So, yeah, as long as they're together, they'll be able to fend off any animals, even if it's a full pack of 9 wolves or a bear. And I'm gonna say probably do want a few breeders, to be honest with you. It's, yeah, it's kind of like on normal difficulty, you only really just have enough humans to where like a few more would be ideal, but that's easy mode. On easy mode, I'd have 5 extra humans to work with, and I'd be able to have everything I want. Yeah. So, but here you're forced to kind of make some trade-offs a little bit. Although I could convert my 2 extra worshippers into a fisher and a forager or something like that. But we're going to be doing so much hunting initially that we'll have tons of meat, so we don't even really need any other food source. Oh, you know, I just realized something. If I remove Miracle Fur from the game entirely and replace it with Miracle Herd, then you have no way of getting fur without killing something. Which makes both the pacifist and the vegetarian and vegan playthroughs impossible. Right. So if we want to include those achievements in the game, good lord. Okay, see, the wolves got scared off because there were enough hunters there to... Oh, nice shot. So even 3 hunters is enough. I mean, it's right, it's, you know, it's just enough. If one of them was slightly injured or something like that, then a pack of 9 wolves or a bear would attack them. Or if they got split up at some point. you know, a straggler might get picked off. Something like that. It's going to be very interesting to me to see how other people play, what kind of builds they come up with, what kind of strategies they use. I don't think there's... I mean, the levels do exist, just because there isn't enough content to fill them all right now. Doesn't mean that I couldn't play for long enough that these breeders actually, like, raise the next generation of... Yeah. So these children here were all 3 years old at the start of the game, so they're 3 years old in 2 days now. And we're hopefully going to get these shrines unlocked before sleep deprivation sets in. That's another thing now. It's like you want to jump on that straight away and try and get the first few things unlocked before the sleep deprivation takes hold. Yeah, it's interesting, that sort of first phase of the game. Okay, I'm going to see how much power I've got. I can bring that up to 26. Getting that store built is definitely a top priority. Another sort of min-max thing that you could do right now is, instead of having water bearers, use them as additional worshippers until the store is built. Yeah, there's nothing in the game anywhere that actually tells you what... Holy shit, they're so dead. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me, that was crazy. I'm gonna grab a shaman and take them over there. There you go. This guy will start looking for some mushrooms. Get his mana back. Beautiful. Technically this game will have to have some sort of a mature rating for the drug references, and also I suppose the gratuitous violence. Alright, yeah, we're gonna do it. Hell yeah. Miracle Resurrection unlocked, that's a good one. Really important. Yeah. I was trying to say yesterday, I think I never really finished that thought, but it has to be included in the first level of the game, because you can't take dead humans to the next level with you, so we really need to give the player the opportunity to resurrect them. Oh my god, the drummer got attacked by this wolf. Crazy. Alright, the store is built now, that's great. Our hunters will start bringing in some fur and meat. They've already been bringing in fur, but now they'll actually deposit it into the store. Look at these guys cooking, they're cooking. Nom nom nom. Hell yeah. Okay, so my worshippers, they got pretty cold out there in the rain and stuff, unlocking those, so they're just warming up before they'll start worshipping again. And hopefully I can get enough power to get everything built, enough power to conjure the fur that we need to build everything. And I'm right on the coast here, so as soon as we've done that and I have no real need for hunters anymore, I'm going to want to convert them to fishers. See, now the sleep deprivation has set in. Everyone is now sleep deprived and will be performing their actions at half speed. It's definitely a bit buggy still. Like, why didn't that wolf run away? It ran over here instead. Strange. Oh, it's going after my water bearers. It got scared away again. I think I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest with you. But they do sort of wind up running around a lot more than I would hope. Because they were better at actually knowing which direction to run. And also if they didn't do this thing, because when they reach their waypoint, they spawn a new waypoint. I think what it is that I increase the distance. You know, they have to be so far away from the thing that they're running from before they'll stop fleeing, right? And that distance is so great now because I wanted them to run further away that if they're in like a corner of the map like this, they will spawn a waypoint over here or something. They'll run to it. As soon as they reach it, that means they'll spawn a new waypoint so they can continue running. And then they wind up running back towards the thing that they're supposed to be running away from. And they kind of wind up stuck in a bit of a loop. This hunter here, what are you doing? Not much. Oh, you're actually hunting? Okay, well they must have already been in the hunting party. I was going to say they were interesting. Thought they would have probably got left behind because they have to be in the group. Guess they were in the group. So yeah, the hunters will take a lot longer to shoot arrows when they're sleep deprived. Withdrawing meat. Bring this one back home as well because... Oh, and the deer just happened to be right here. So that's perfect. That's the easiest hunt of their life when the deer are actually in the camp. Okay. Okay, I've probably got enough fur to finish that one. Yeah. So, we've got divine protection over here and an expansion stone there. Maybe we'll go for those ones next. There's another portal stone though. Maybe we go for a portal and an expansion stone next. That's something. I'm just going to check something. I'm assuming, right, if my worshippers are unlocking a shrine and I give them divine protection, I put divine protection on them so they're invincible. They probably won't run away if something tries to attack them, right? Because they know they're invincible. Or they shouldn't. The idea should be that you could do that and they would continue unlocking the shrine. First part of that would be the interruption, like the combat interruption. Would they be interrupted? Interesting. There's nothing to prevent combat interruption when they have divine protection. And now the reason for that would be that some of them we want them to still fight, even if they have divine protection, right? So like the guard should still be combat interruptible if they have divine protection. The hunter should still be combat interrupted, but it's weird with the hunter. The guards will always attack, and we know that. Oh, but the hunters can't flee? Is that what it is? What is it? How does any of this shit work? Let's state defend. Right. So a hunter will defend themselves if they have divine protection, regardless of the threat level of the creatures that are attacking them. Okay. And then let's have a look at the fleeing stuff. State flee. So the way that it's set up right now, everybody will still flee or can still perform the fleeing action even if they have divine protection. So no, they wouldn't still... See, what we want is for you to be able to give them divine protection and have them still perform their actions, like unlocking a shrine or something. Okay, I gotta write this down. Somebody write that down. Quickly. Prevent, combat, interrupt, / fleeing, and divine protection is active. Okay. Yeah, that's an important one. Otherwise, the miracle is not as useful, is it? And invisibility, you know, in most games where there's invisibility, right, performing some sort of action will end the invisibility. But because you don't have control over when they perform their actions here, not sure if that's the best. You know, you could argue that it's useful for them to like travel somewhere whilst invisible and then come out of invisibility and start doing something. But you could just pick them up and move them there. That's even more efficient. So invisibility... We could have it so that invisibility gets removed when they take damage or something. Oh, but nothing's going to be able to attack them if they're invisible. When they attack something? Right, I think it's weird that they can attack things whilst invisible right now. That doesn't make any sense. So you should be able to like use invisibility to almost like to stealth up on something, and then invisibility ends when you attack. Does it end when you attack already? Maybe I've already thought about this and done it. Yes, that is how it works already, actually. At least for the guards. Let's check the hunters. What the hell is all this shit, dude? Jesus Christ. What am I even looking at? I need to refactor this. Reformat it, I mean. It's not even formatted correctly. There it is. Yeah, okay. So I did think about this. If they attack, they lose invisibility. But the humans can still perform actions whilst invisible. Not quite sure if that's exactly how it should work. But it's good enough for now. But anyway, we definitely need to do that stuff with divine protection. Because then... But then again, divine protection has like a very... it's a very short spell effect. It doesn't last very long. It's like 10 seconds or something. And so it's not really going to give them much time to, like, you would have to keep recasting it and recasting it if you wanted, you know, your worshippers to be able to unlock something whilst. But then again, what if there's like 10% remaining, or there's, you know, 1% remaining, and you just want to get them to unlock that last little bit, but they're about to be attacked? Maybe, or what if, like, you know, you want to throw the divine protection on them, and they'll keep unlocking whilst you go grab some guards and bring the guards over to them or something. So yeah, I still think it's worth doing. Yeah. We've definitely got to do that. Okay, we're already figuring it out. Right, we've got a lot of sleep-deprived humans here because we only have one tent, but hey. So once my worshippers are no longer sleep-deprived, I'm going to go for this expansion stone and this portal stone next. There's Smite. Smite becomes a lot more useful when you unlock the expansion stones as well. So we can't actually remove Miracle Fur from the game. But I still think Miracle Herd should be in there, mainly as a way to engage with the conservation mechanics, and, you know, you can plant trees and you can create more animals so you can sustain the ecosystem. How are we doing? Oh, yeah, my sleepy worshippers are going to be not giving me as much power, giving me half as much power. Getting like 200 FPS, that's freaking awesome. Yeah, and the wolves all hunting is, oh my god. I think all the wolves have just been killed off this time. Oh, we're not going to get to test them if they're all dead. Searching for firewood during downtime. Hey, we got a bit of fur. Oh, 12. 18, we're doing quite well. I think I might have enough power to finish that off. There we go. Another tent. Complete. Yeah. I'm thinking I might increase the amount of time that they need to sleep to reduce their... to remove the sleep deprivation debuff. Because... you only really need like a couple of tents built, and then they just rotate. They have to sleep like 12 hours to remove the debuff. You know, it's like 5 of them sleep through the day, 5 of them sleep through the night. If you got 2 tents, that's like 20 humans already that you can do. There's only 25 in the entire frickin' tribe, so I think probably we want to make it so that they have to sleep for like a full 24 hours to remove the debuff. I mean, you think about it, they've been awake for at least 72 hours. They probably need a lot of sleep. I just I hate to say it, but I feel like the deer herds are a bit too big. I didn't even increase them by that much. It's only went from 7 to 14 to 8 to 16 deer per herd, but maybe it's just because they're all clumped up. I think that's multiple herds all clumped up together over there. I don't know. It could be because they're giant brown cubes as well. That probably has something to do with it. When they're actually deer sprites, they'll look smaller. It might not be as bad. Oh, I don't know, dude. Don't know about these changes. It's probably fine. I'm probably just freaking out. Steady. These guys are all trying to find firewood, but keep wandering into the wolf den, so I'll give them a hand. You guys plenty of firewood over this way, guys. Just curious to see if the deer, the wolves spot this one. He's going a different direction. Put them over here where there's plenty of firewood. Oh, he's thirsty now. He's going back. There you go. Okay. Looks like my worshippers, at least, how many have I got there? 3? 2? Well, these 2 worshippers are at least not sleep deprived anymore. I have a feeling the rest are all sleeping right now. I don't know if it mentions how much sleep they have to get to remove sleep deprivation anywhere in the patch notes. It says they'll become sleep deprived after being awake for 72 hours straight. Oh, the hunters are finally getting some rest. That's good. Oh, maybe not. Spoke too soon. Yeah. It's just really gonna, you know, it's gonna make it so that you need to build more tents to really, you know, it's gonna be more of an incentive to get the tents built. Get everybody rested up. Oh, this hunter, oh my god, the store is on fire. Let's see, it's raining. It is raining. That's helping to extinguish it. So I'm gonna see if the water bearers can handle this. I can also help by moving them closer. Oh, they will extinguish the humans. They prioritize extinguishing the humans before the tent, right? Makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, we're being attacked by wolves. I had no idea. Go get some healing, get some heals. How are we going? Get in there. Alright, we're almost there. I think, thankfully it was raining, so... There we go, and, okay. Nobody died. Didn't realize my carpenters were getting attacked at the same time as well. Yep, please be careful. We'll get some firewood over here where there is actually some firewood. Okay. We have a sleepy water bearer still. Looks like he's getting some rest now though, that's good. Okay, cool. Cool. Now we have a sleepy... oh yeah, that was the sleepy water bearer. Interesting. Yeah, because they're sheltering from the rain, they might actually be preventing someone who's sleep deprived from getting the sleep that they need. Because they're like occupying the tent. Holy shit, this worshipper is on fire. I think I don't know, I might need to reduce the chance the humans set on fire. I've been saying that for a while, so it might be time to do that. Just gonna write some stuff down. Increase sleep required to remove sleep deprivation from 12 to 24 hours. And what's the other thing? Can't remember. Reduce chance of humans catching, well, really, reduce chance of fire spreading to humans. Okay, so all of my worshippers appear to be rested up now. That's great. We really don't, I think I'm just gonna use Miracle Fur to get some fur in the store so that they can repair. And I'm gonna send a group of worshippers to unlock this expansion stone and another group of worshippers to unlock this portal stone. Hell yeah, so they've gotten the store repaired now, and there's plenty of extra fur in there for them to use to get these tents built as well. Yeah, I just think it's a little bit too easy to get everybody's sleep deprivation debuff removed. You really don't need more than like 2 tents and everybody's fine again. So if we double it, then hopefully you need like, well, I mean, you could do it with 1 tent, it would just take longer, but, you know, if we double it, then hopefully you would probably want like 4 tents at least. I have a feeling if I pick this one up and move them, because they're thirsty and hungry, they'll go eat and drink instead of harvesting this. I can't actually do that. Yeah, maybe let's not go that way. Okay, we're doing pretty good. I've got enough power to finish supplying this one as well. Excellent. Gonna make a quick save there. I don't know if there are even any wolves left alive over here, or if they were all killed by the bears. Do I have to get the game rated? I think I probably do, right? That's probably something the publisher can take care of. I've heard it's quite the process. Something I realized is that there's going to be skeletons in this game. Animal skeletons. Is it just human skeletons that you can't have in China? Or is it animal skeletons as well? I don't know. Oh yeah, unless they're out hunting somewhere, there is no wolves left over here. They were all killed by bears. That's kind of rough. Hey Shurix, welcome back. How's it going? Portal stone imminent. Oh. Gotcha. Boom. 2 more to go. Just as they became sleep deprived as well. Good timing there. Fine, doing fine. Good, good. It's really nice how that kind of worked out so perfectly. Well, I mean, we sort of made it that way, didn't we? It takes 48 hours to unlock a shrine, and you get sleep deprived after 72 hours, so yeah, I'm still on the fence about having removed the 3rd wolf den from the map, but I think honestly it's probably for the best. And it makes way for the moose. The moose is loose. Well, it's not actually loose yet, but it will be. I think that's going to be interesting to balance as well, because the moose will generally be passive unless provoked, but the hunters will actually hunt them, right? So if you hunt a moose, if you shoot a moose and you don't manage to kill it in one shot, it will attack you instead of running away like the deer and the rabbits are just like instant kill. They don't have low enough. Their health is too low for them to survive long enough to be able to run. Unless you miss, they'll run, of course. Even if you miss the moose. If you shoot a moose and miss, well, that's not true, actually. Huh. That's right. Didn't really think about that. If you shoot at a bear with an arrow and miss, what's it going to do? It's going to run away because it's not provoked. It's only if you hit it that it becomes provoked. Not that they would be shooting at bears that aren't provoked to begin with. Not anymore. We decided they shouldn't be attempting to hunt bears. We just straight up removed that. But with the moose, which will work similarly, you might shoot at them and miss, and it would run away. But if you shoot it and hit, it will attack. But should it always attack, even if you miss? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's the idea, right? It's provoked, so it would attack. That's what they do when provoked. Interesting. Well, no, if you shoot at an unprovoked bear, not that you can do that, it won't do anything, actually. If you could do that, it wouldn't do it. And you miss, I'm saying if you miss, it won't even react, because it's not even, like, when it's unprovoked, it doesn't even consider you a threat, because it's, like, not in fighting mode. It's not in the mood for it, you know, it's like, whatever. I think if you provoke a moose by shooting at it and missing, it should still attack instead of fleeing. That's the whole point of them. They're a subclass of herbivore that is aggressive. That's the thing. I'm trying to make these 6 major archetypes, and then all of my creatures will be based on those. We have like the solo hunter, the pack hunter, the apex predator, the herd animal, the critter, and the aggressive herbivore, if you will. The aggressive prey animal. But they'll only attack you if you provoke them. Oh, I have enough power to not burn this tent down, but supply it with fur. And that is all we need. And so we have everything built, or we will. So I'm going to want to get my hunters and convert them into fishers, I think. Help this guy out. He's out in the rain. There you go. So yeah, I'm going to want to try going for divine protection next. And maybe smite as well. We could try going for them both. Oh, divine intervention. Ah. Still got 3 miracles to unlock. That's right, but I've got 2 of the 4 portal stones already. Here we go. Let's wait until everybody's had some breakfast. And away we go. My god, it is really coming down. And this one. Cool. So we got to that like first thing in the morning, pretty much. So, well, actually it was midday, but so they should be able to get those unlocked before they become sleep deprived, unless something goes wrong. Okay, my hunters, right. They're not doing anything right now because we have tons of food. What you could actually do right now is convert them into additional worshippers until we actually need some more food. That's like a pro tip. Because they won't do any fishing, foraging, or hunting when there's this much food in the store. So like once you've got everything built, then, well, it's, I don't know. Maybe you could get away with less carpenters once everything's actually built, but it's pretty hard to bring in enough firewood. How much power does Miracle Fire cost again? Only 50, okay. You can actually light the fire with Miracle Fire, and I don't think you should be able to be honest, because if there's no fuel, what are you igniting exactly? You can't set the stones on fire. Gonna write that down. I don't think you should be able to do that, because it's like, I know it's a miracle and everything, and you could say that it's magically conjuring, it's a magical flame, or it's magically conjuring the fuel, but I don't know, it's like, it's intuitive. You expect, oh, the fire miracle that could be used to ignite the campfire, you kind of expect it to work that way. I think what I might do is increase its power cost to 100. Just to balance it out. Keep the utility, but balance it by increasing how much power it costs. And there's Miracle Water costs 50. Fire costs 50. I think they should both cost 100. And Miracle Calm and Storm, maybe they should cost a bit more? I don't know. Yeah, no, let's be honest. They should be like 250. Okay. What else have we got? Firewood only costs 100 power. You're out of your damn mind. Should be like 500 or something. absolutely insane. Forest, only 100, that can't be right. That just cannot be true. I refuse to believe it. Let me check. Miracle Forest, Miracle Firewood, and Miracle Mushroom all cost 100 power. That is absolutely bonkers. Forest, firewood, and mushroom should all cost like 500. How are we doing on these shrines? Okay. I just gotta grab something to drink here. I'll be right back. Alright, we're like halfway. We're nearly 3/4 of the way there. We're 2/3 of the way there. Whoa. Oh my god. child has caught fire. There we go. Alright, everything's under control. I didn't, but the water bearer did. Yeah. A life-saving baptization. Oh my god, look at the bears hanging out right on top of this portal stone. How am I supposed to unlock it now? No, I did not. You can extinguish them that way as well, but I don't actually have the sound effect when you do that. It's a good point. I could just reuse that same sound effect when you drop them in the ocean, or if they fall in the ocean, which the fishers can now do. I might need to slightly increase the chance for the fishers to fall in the ocean still. It's only happened once in one of my playtests. Slightly decrease the chance for the humans to catch fire, and slightly increase the chance for the fishers to fall in the ocean. Maybe I'll just add that to my notes. Steady. Okay, so we got these shrines unlocked now. I think I'll just take these guys. Oh, okay, this is... Oh, it's the carpenter, actually. Carpenters are always a problem, because they're constantly heading out there to gather firewood and wandering into the wolf den. Okay then. This bear still over here, it is. So this portal stone and this shrine, looks like we could go for those next, and we hope the bear moves. And if the bear doesn't move, then I need to come up with a plan, like sending a guard in there and giving them divine protection so they can chase out the bear or something. don't want to kill it, I just want to get it to move. It's pretty close to all three of these, though. Actually. There is another couple of expansion stones that look like they would be safe to go for. Maybe we should just do that and see how things look after we've gotten them. Yeah, it's cool when you expand the sphere of influence because you can move the drums like anywhere within this sphere, and you can move the campfire anywhere within here, you can build anywhere within here. So it can be useful. You're really far away from the stream or something, you can use the drums to build like a drum chain all the way to the stream or something like that. It does require more drummers though, one per drum. Okay, let's go. We'll get these expansion stones. That was close. Got a nice amount of power saved up. Yeah, I didn't think about that, like... what does that mean for us? So the humans will shelter from the rain in the tents, but that means that they would prevent the sleep-deprived humans from getting in the tents. So maybe, because there isn't something like a list of sleep-deprived humans, and we like don't allow people to shelter from the rain if the sleep-deprived humans need the tents or something like that. There's nothing like that right now. There isn't, you know, I don't have an easy way of just doing that at the minute. It would require a little bit of additional work to get them on a list or something. Well, that's not exactly bad, but we should probably do that. We should probably prioritize. Prioritize. How the hell do you spell that? Prioritize letting sleep-deprived humans rest over sheltering. I mean, yeah, it's kind of more urgent, isn't it? Plus, I think I already wrote it down, right? Yeah, I did, don't worry. I'm also going to increase the amount of sleep that they need to remove the sleep deprivation debuff. Or we could just leave it. Ugh, it doesn't seem right, but if we just left it, it would kind of, in a way, it does in a way incentivize you to build more tents so that you have enough tents for everyone, and then you don't have to worry about it, but I'm not sure it's the way that we want to incentivize that. Makes more sense that someone would be like, oh, you've been awake for 72 hours, you know, you have a rest. It's fine, I'm going to stand in the rain. Yeah, probably. I'm also going to write that down, because why not? We can definitely do that. Add splash sound effect to, or more like play splash sound effect when dropping humans in the ocean. So technically that's not how it works. It's actually play splash sound effect when entering, upon entering drowning state. Because how it actually works is the humans check to see if they're standing on an ocean tile, and if they are, they start drowning. They're like, well, better start drowning. Which is not very efficient. Because they're constantly, every time they return to idle, or every time they run the state condition script, they're like checking to see if they're stood in the ocean. Even though it's something we really could just do when, because there's only literally 2 possible ways of them getting in the ocean, and we could just do it, like, just put them into the drowning state when that happens, so they're not constantly checking that. It would make a lot more sense. It was kind of like a weird future-proofing thing in a way. I was like, yeah, they should just know, like, if they're on an ocean tile, they should be drowning. But it's definitely way less efficient to do it that way. I was just like, well, what if there's other mechanics or ways that they could wind up in the ocean in the future, and this is just like a catch-all way of getting them in the drowning state. I don't know, it's probably only ever going to be these 2 ways that they can get in the ocean. So, I don't think it makes any sense to be doing it that way. Plus it also means there's a weird delay on it, because they have to wait for the tick. So sometimes they'll like hover above the ocean for a split second and then start drowning. It would also eliminate that, which would make it seem a little bit smoother. What are you doing, man? Oh, you want to shelter from the rain now. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, 90% of what I'm coming up with here is like balance changes, and a bit of sort of quality of life stuff, which is nice. It's a nice change from, oh my god, the game's completely broken, which is what my life has been for the past 3 years. Okay, all 3 of the other bears moved away, but the one aggressive bear, the one bear with cubs, is still hanging out right on top of this portal stone. Oh, I don't have to do it, but I'm gonna... If it's not moved soon, I'm gonna have to send somebody in there to clear it out. I don't want to kill it, I just want to move it along. Nothing to see here, bear. Move along. Does a bear shit on the portal stone? You know it does. It's moving. It's on the move. Where's it going? It's standing next to a tree. Okay. Oh, these wolves have been out hunting. That's exciting. Well, it's good to see that the deer population is still doing quite well. It's quite healthy. It's getting even closer to the portal stone. It knows. It knows it's trolling me. It's going to climb on top of the portal stone in a minute and just sit there. Okay, how are we looking? How are we doing? None of the worshippers are sleep deprived. They are weathering the storm. They are getting a bit cold. Oh my god, now the wind's picking up. Blowing a gale. Wind will actually do damage to the tents as well. As you can see, the health is starting to go down. Just a little bit. But we do have a bit of fur in the store. The carpenters will repair them if they have the fur to do so. Yeah, that was a really nice touch when I made it so that they shelter from the rain. It sort of made them feel a lot more alive, right? They're actually reacting to the weather and stuff. Yeah, the first thing I did was like the randomized wandering behavior where they just sort of move around camp a little bit when they've got nothing to do. And then I think it was the sheltering, and then I randomized the wake up and sleeping time so they don't all wake up at exactly the same time. They wake up within an hour of sunrise and go to sleep within an hour of sunset or something like that, so they're all a bit different. And that just really helped sort of sell them, that bit of polish, really sell them as alive, as being alive. Alright, we got these expansion stones. The sphere of influence is Mahusiv. I think there's still one more up there, yeah. This bear is refusing to move. But it looks like we're gonna need to give the worshippers a chance to rest, so tomorrow morning I guess we're gonna, in fact, I'm assuming that they will probably become sleep deprived today. Actually, you know, an interesting thing about the sleep deprivation timer is it resets, like, you know, well, I figured out exactly how it works. I think it resets to 0 as soon as they get some sleep, right? Is that how it works? I kind of need to look. Instead of, like, rolling back the timer whilst they're sleeping, which is perhaps how it should actually work, rather than just resetting it to 0. So then it becomes like they're staving off the sleep deprivation, you know, instead of it like, oh, you just got some sleep, okay, it's going to reset completely. Just have a quick look at that code. Sleep deprivation timer. So, what is this? Well, as long as you're... Oh, okay. Interesting. Right, so I actually need to be looking at the sleeping state. Countdown required sleep. Remove sleep deprivation. Yeah. Wait. How does it work? It's like, as long as you're not already sleep deprived, any amount of sleep resets the timer to 0. But what it should probably do is like reverse the timer. It should start taking time back off the timer, right? So if you've been awake for 48 hours and then you sleep for 8 hours, it should like roll it back to 40? The problem with that is like... No, we can't do that, because you're never going to be able to fully reset it, because you're always awake for longer during the day than you are sleeping at night. It's just going to be accumulating, and inevitably you're going to become sleep deprived even if you've been sleeping. No, okay. It was worth thinking about. Yeah, the carpenters are going to be trying to repair these tents. Yeah, they're doing it. We are starting to run out of food a little bit. Might be time we get some... What are you doing? Please don't be bugged. I would be very upset. I get deeply concerned as soon as I see something. What are they doing? Because we had that bug where they kept withdrawing the fur and then depositing it again. They were like stuck in a loop. So annoying. The carpenters just have such complicated logic. I don't ever want to have to deal with it again, you know. Oh, they seem to be doing good. They're doing good. Oh my god, the water bearer's on fire. Let's get them extinguished. Okay, get some heals. You go and grab yourself a mushroom. Alright, we're looking good. And sometimes they can see a mushroom I can't see. Oh, it was there. Thought it might have been behind one of the trees. Alright, is that bear still on... oh my god. Well, we can try and get divine intervention. Here we go. Yeah, it would be nice to be able to zoom out all the way, but the one thing that is good about the max zoom being this, being what it is that I can still kind of click on them quite easily. They're not too small. Yeah, because when I just had a thought, like when you when you're clicking on stuff, it's all based on the sprite, the size of the sprite. And some of them have larger canvases because, you know, when they're facing certain directions, they might be, you know, depending on their pose and what type of equipment they have, they might be, like, taking up more space. Actually, there's nothing I can really do about it, though. I was going to say maybe they should have a different sized mask. They already do have a different sized mask. But it's actually just the size of a single cell on the navigation grid. It's a 32 by 16 pixel mask. And we don't want... you would have to, like, click on their feet to pick them up if we used that, which is why we don't do that. I'm just thinking, like... that would mean that you could kind of click With some of them, you'll be able to click like kind of next to them, and it would still pick them up. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing because I can click on them so easily when I'm zoomed really far out. I don't know. Let's get this portal stone. That bear seems to have moved. It's far enough away to get this portal stone. I didn't even realize we had this portal stone still. I was so focused on that portal stone. Totally missed this portal stone. Yeah, this has been a very conclusive playtest though. Lots of good information here. Good notes. Very excited about making these changes as well because you know what it means? I've bought myself more time. More time to not be drawing sprites. My favorite thing in the world is not drawing sprites. Anything but drawing sprites. Yeah, the tents are still getting damaged by the wind, but there's no fur left in the store, and we're running dangerously low on meat. I think it's about time we get some fishers on the go. I guess everyone's sleeping right now. In the morning I'll have to convert my remaining worshippers to fishers, I think. That would be only 2 of them. That's not going to be enough to feed everyone, I don't think. Oh no, no, that's fine. I've got, how many have I got? I've actually got 5, haven't I? 6, 4? What is it? No, yeah, I've got 5. I've got 5, okay. So, you're going to be a fisher now. Welcome to your new life as a fisher. 3? 3 might be just enough because we're so close to the coast. And we have that drum there as well to help boost them. There we go. You're gonna be in charge of fishing. Yeah, really, I'm gonna use some of my power to conjure up some fur because these tents are taking some serious damage. Yeah, I've considered it, but I decided against it. I don't even have any 3D modeling software, although I think Blender is free, isn't it? But I'm not experienced. Well, then again, I'm not experienced at drawing sprites either, but I don't know, I just always felt like I wanted it to be pixel art. Yeah. Not entirely sure why. I think I just kind of, maybe aesthetically, I just prefer pixel art in this case, not necessarily in all games. But I think I just prefer the pixel art look here. Considering my next game is going to be 3D, should I make a next game, which I probably will, let's be honest, I've caught the bug. I've always had the bug, I was born with it. You know, I like making games, let's put it that way. So I probably will make another one, and it's probably going to be 3D, so I will have to do at least some basic modeling, right, to make placeholders at least. Gonna be interesting. I send these guys out to this portal stone a bit late. They might actually become sleep deprived. Yeah, I guess so, but I just kind of prefer the pixel art look for this game for some reason. It's just like in my head I've always imagined it as a pixel art game. And I probably, you know, I probably wouldn't enjoy 3D modeling either. I would probably hate it just as much as I hate pixel art. because it's not coding. I enjoy making things functional. I like making things functional. I'm not really into making them look good, is what I've learned about myself. I don't know. Yeah. No, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I probably would. I can just rotate it and take, like, pictures from 8 different directions, yeah. Yeah. That's a lot less work. It sounds like a lot less work. What firewood are you gathering exactly? You say that, but I don't see any firewood here. That might just be what it's called. I think I need to send him to an actual piece of firewood. There we go. There we go. It's alright. It says gathering instead of searching. I should probably change that. It should be searching for firewood. And then gathering, and then picking firewood, picking up firewood, gathering. I don't know, but at least the first part should say searching, so that you know it's different. Okay, we got that just as the worshippers were beginning to freeze. So these guys are going to be getting pretty cold as well by the time they're done with this one. And I would imagine they're gonna be sleep deprived here in a second as well. Shoulder's killing me. I'm not sure it's because the desk is too low or too high, or I just have a bad shoulder. Or is it all three of those things? How could it be too low and too high? I don't know. I really need to get a monitor stand because I know that my monitor is too low. I've been saying that for years. I can keep saying that, but until I actually have some money, I can't do it, can I? Well, this bear really does not want to leave this portal stone alone, so we're going to have to do something about that. Have to send a guard in there to move them along. Damn it, the fire just went out. Somebody's presumably going to be allocated to do something about that. These guys are just searching for firewood during downtime. Has anybody actually been assigned to light the fire? Oh yeah, I always use the arrow keys to move the camera instead of using WASD. Even though I can use WASD, I'm like reaching across the keyboard for some reason. It's just, it only feels natural to use WASD in like FPS games or MMOs. And then something top-down or isometric, it's like I want to use the arrow keys. But it's really uncomfortable after a while. Strange. Okay, alright, well I'm going to take my guard. I'm going to send them over here to get rid of this bear for us. Oh, we're being attacked. That's the problem, is that we're going to be attacked by these wolves while I'm doing that. Okay, grab this guard. Send them in here. Oh my god, the bear is not even reacting to them. That's a bug. We've had this bug recently. This is not good. I really didn't want to have to kill it, but it didn't react. What was that all about? So that's the second time I've seen that now, so I've absolutely confirmed that bug now. I still have no idea why it's happening though. Bears. Sleeping provoked bears not reacting to humans. Yeah, I have it right there. I don't know if it's just when they're sleeping or what. We're gonna need to look into that. Let's see. Just gonna take a quick look at the code. Where would I want to look? I mean, the interrupt looks fine. It would have to be that their nearest threat tracker isn't working or something like that. And it is summertime. I think it has something to do with the nearest threat tracker not working correctly during summertime, because it kind of switches up. Okay, let me just add an additional note about summertime. I think what we need to do is we'll run a test where we set the season to summer and we draw something so that we can tell if the nearest threat tracker is actually working. That's probably what it is. Oh my god, the store just set on fire. Let's help these guys. What's happening? The animals are attacking. This is really not the time. I don't want to use my power to extinguish it, so I'm just going to help the water bearers. Go. Alright, well, unfortunately this bear is dead now. It probably wouldn't have attacked us anyway, though, right? Because of this bug. But how was I supposed to know? So... here we go. Time to get the final portal stone unlocked and head to level 2, the open plains. Yeah, see, maybe if we'd gotten through this season into autumn, that bear would have started working fine again, because it would switch which code it's running. Ah, it's a pain in the butt. I really don't like how the bear code is set up right now. I mean, I never liked it. Obviously, I don't like it now because it's not working. Oh, we've really got to get this fixed. That's pretty much my top priority, isn't it? Get that fixed. All the other little balance changes and things don't really matter versus the bears not working correctly. Oh my god, there's the deer freaking everywhere still. Maybe I should... Well, one of the wolf packs did get killed off by the bears pretty early on, I think. I'm thinking about reducing the size of the herds back to what it was. Just because it looked better. It was good. I like it. But we were just trying to find ways to, like, prevent them from going extinct or from being hunted into extinction. Okay, well, this is the final portal stone, and then we are out of here. They can get enough firewood in the store there. They'll stop gathering it, but I don't think they're going to get that much firewood anytime soon. How are we doing on fish, actually? Okay, our 3 fishers are managing to keep enough fish for everybody, it seems. Maybe there should be some additional thing, like the carpenters won't shelter from the rain if there isn't a stockpile of firewood in the store, because right now they're like, oh, fuck it. Fire's burning, it's good enough. But realistically, they would probably want to prioritize having a bunch of firewood on hand. To hand. To burn. So those might be my tiers, actually, now I think about it, that all of the miracles fall into. There are the miracles that cost 1 power per second, those are kind of an exception. But if it's like 100 power, 250 power, 500 power, 1000 power, 2500 power, and 5000 power, and then maybe there'd be some like massive 10,000 power miracle or something, but if they all had those like those same power costs and they all kind of fall into those groups, it's like easier to remember stuff that way probably than if they all have like slightly different costs, right? It just seems like it's kind of naturally worked out that way. It's interesting how I am but a conduit for the game. I'm just channeling it. It is what it is. It just naturally takes whatever shape it's destined to take. And I just have to like listen to that, what it wants to be. I don't even really exist. Oh my god, okay. Whew. Let me write that down, I'm definitely gonna forget. Prevent carpenters from sheltering when there is less firewood in the store than global. But I'm talking in code. Then there are humans. That's English. I really did not expect this playtest to be so conclusive. Is that the word? It's been very informative, illuminating, if you will. My eyes have been opened. Was there still one expansion stone? There is still one expansion stone. I think we're just going to skip it. It would have allowed me to actually reach this wolf den, I think. We did it. The portal is now active. and we can go to the next level. We're going to want to do that in the morning though. We need everyone to get rested up and ready to go. If we could get the fire going, that would help. Okay, morning of the final day in the temperate forest. Hopefully everyone can get some breakfast before the fire goes out. I don't know. Burning pretty low. Hey, we got it fueled up. Okay, everyone looks good to go. Let's do this. Through the portal. Into the nether. Goodbye, camp. You served us well. Hopefully we don't get attacked by these wolves on the way. That would not be ideal. Keep the guards, hold the guards back until last so they can protect everyone. There we go. And away we go. Boom, that is it. Level 1 complete. And now it's time for my workout. I need to work out today. It's been like 4.5 weeks. I'm waiting for my neck and shoulder to get better. Finally is starting to improve. It was mainly because I was sleeping wrong. So I can get back to it. So I'll be back in 10-15 minutes here on the phone. Gonna lift some weights, and then I'll be getting some dinner, and then I'll be back to the game dev a little bit later on. So I'll catch you in a few minutes on the phone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.